Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is a new show, Our Kind of People. It comes on Fox. I don't know what day it comes on though. Like, I want to say, don't get me the line. Anyway, this is season 1, episode 1, Reparations. Okay, so we start off with, well, we don't know her name yet, but we know it. I'm just gonna name all the characters as I talk about them. I'm gonna try not to, throw out, another character or nothing like that that they play, because that's how I be remembering people. Like, what's his face is in here? What's his name? Daddy Pope. I can't think of his real name right now. Anyway, but I don't want to be calling him Kang Eli over here, because his name is Teddy Franklin on here. Anyway, we start out with Yaya DaCosta. Her character's name is Angela. Angela, her Aunt Patricia, and her daughter Nikki are on a road trip, and they're headed to Martha's Vineyard. It's the start of the summer break. They're going to get a new fresh start. They're going to, stop at the beach first. And first, while they're at the beach, it's her first time at the beach. So, of course, she gets in and swims, and she's eager to get in the water. She drags Angela in there with her. Auntie says she ain't getting her wig wet. We not doing that. It seems like everything is happy. Everybody's good. Angela gets emotional thinking about her mother. So I'm assuming her mother recently passed. This is her aunt that's with her, Aunt Patricia, who's played by Debbie. Debbie Morgan is her last name. My head's saying Allen, but she is not Debbie Allen. I want to say Morgan. From Eve's Bayou. And also that was Quincy McCall's mama on Love and Basketball. Anyway, she's that's her mother's sister. But her mom recently passed, and they're going out there, and I guess it's just nostalgic being back there on the island, because she grew up there. Well, she was raised in the early part of her life. She was raised there with her mom. Okay, so the rich folks arrive, and we see who they are. The rich black folks. We got the DuPont family. Raymond DuPont, who is played by Morris Chestnut, and his wife, Leah Franklin DuPont, and their kids, Lauren and Quincy. They're in town. They're getting in town for the summer as well. Leah comes from money too. Franklin, that name, we gonna get to it, but she comes from money as well. They meet, I don't know if this was his mom or what. They meet some lady at the when they land, because they flew private, of course. When they get there, they meet this lady who is in charge of everything, and she's ready to get to the gala. She's also a part of this organization. I don't know who they trying to pretend to be, but it's like a who's who, secret society type of thing. But anyway, there's a gala being hosted by this organization that Leah is a part of, and so she in charge, and so she got to get there. It's her event. Then we see Angela and her family. They make it to this boarding house, and she didn't know that her mother owned it. All this time, her mother had a whole building out there and didn't say anything, and they didn't find out until after she passed. And so they're gonna go and set up there. And it's nice, it's right there in Martha's Vineyard. She didn't even know she had it. Her sister her aunt didn't know it was there. Nobody knew. Well, Auntie knew about it, because Mama used to do hair out of that boarding house when she was there. Her mother was a maid in the summers. She was a housekeeper. And so she used to do hair on the side. So she got that building. They're gonna move on in. When they get inside, Angela asks about, her dad. And she don't know who her father is. She's never, heard his name or anything like that. Then we see Angela has a memory of her mom doing her hair when she was supposed to meet her dad. And, she's all excited. Her mom's doing it pretty and everything. And when he comes to the door, her mom is just like, you stay here. She goes to the door, and then all of a sudden, she's like going off on him. You going to try to pay me off? Like, what? You trying to pay me to be quiet? If you don't get up out of here before I put my hands on you. And he keep it rolling, and all we see is the back of his afro. And little Angela, of course, is running out the door calling for her daddy, who just, shuts the door in her face. So that's her only memory of him. She still don't know she didn't see his face. She just saw the back of his head. They settle in. And Nikki, of course, she's a bit nervous about being the new girl, but it's a fresh start. Angela says that she had a rough year prior to that. Apparently, sis done got in a fight. Because she's like, I got in a fight and got expelled. Like, you can say it. You can say I caught a case. Go ahead and just say it. Angela wants a fresh start for both of them, though. She's trying to create some generational wealth up in here. She wants her to join Jack and Jill. Like, she's trying to really step out in the whole, the rich black folk circle. She thinks that the people, that they've come to be around, the Franklins and the DuPont, she feels like those people, can give them that chance. Because she is, carrying out her mother's dream. Her mother also made homemade hair products. And she has this conditioner that she swears by. And so it's now Angela's time to bring it all to fruition. It's her who is going to put her mama's hair care line on the map. Oh, and she's also invited to a party. So that's good. She says she's got them invited to a party. So that's the first step. Okay. They put on their good clothes and they go to the little gala. Angela's mother used to work that same gala back when she was living. Every summer she used to work it. Angela says that, my daddy could be in here anywhere and like I wouldn't even know it. Her old friend Josephine walks up. And she pulls Angela away, so they can mix and mingle a little bit. And she tells her, I want to talk to the host. And Josephine is like, oh, girl, you trying to go deep in the waters. That's Leah Franklin DuPont. And Angela's like, I know that. And like, listen, I can charm a black cat white. So she ain't worried. Nikki, we see she goes to the bar when she gets there. And Quincy's there as well, Raymond DuPont's son. So Quincy at the bar, and she walks up and she orders a club soda, and he's like, you at this party, you gonna make it a vodka. Girl, you gonna need a little something stronger to get through this right here. And while they're talking, his sister walks up, all rude, just gonna stand right in. Can we get this Jack and Jill picture? Like, Nikki ain't standing right there. They friend Taylor is like, excuse rudeness. Hey, girl, I'm Taylor. And she's just like, I know you see, and Taylor even is like, I know you see that he's standing here talking to somebody. Like, don't be rude. Let's not be rude. And she's like, oh, it's good. I see that they didn't teach manners up in here in the sunken place. And so, now Taylor's like, girl, you got jokes. I might like you. Come on out here to the harbor. I mean, to the, what is it? To the, damn. What is it? Y'all know, dock. Come on out here to the docks tomorrow night. We're going to have a little party. At first, she declines, but they tell her, go on, girl, come on out here to the docks. Meet us out there, okay? 6 o'clock. Okay, so Angela, we see she introduces herself to the DuPonts. And at first, Leah seems okay. I don't know. Then Angela tells them, about her pop-up shop and her business, Eve's Crown. And Raymond is like, where have I heard that? She was like, oh, I applied for the small business incubator program at Franklin. So I know you saw it. And he's like, yes. Black hair care, that's hot right now. And she's like, excuse me, black women have had a relationship with our hair since the beginning of time. Like, she give him a whole spill. So no, it is not hot right now. Excuse me, beg your pardon. She just tells him, you know, in the nicest way possible that, you know, black hair care is very much important, very much been a thing, and it's not something new or trendy. She thinks that she'll be a great fit for their program, and he tells her, you know, if you keep this passion up, then you just might will. She also thinks that it's amazing that they're raising money for the single mothers. And so she's like, and I want to donate. She pulled out her little check, and I think it was for like $120 or something like that. And it was all folded up. Leah looked at it like, the donation box is at the door. And then Morris even was looking like, ooh. Oh, yeah. So Leah got something with her. Leah got something with her. Of course, when Angela tells Auntie them, Auntie like, oh, she too good for the check. Okay. She too good for the money. She ain't like that though. Pinky ain't like her snubbing her niece's check, like her money ain't good. Angela's not pressed at all. She says she just got to figure out how things work out here. When she takes a step, she trips a little bit, like out of her shoe. And who's waiting? Oh, whole time I meant to tell y'all this. The whole time that she was mixing and mingling at this party, Lance Gross was like over yonder, like eyeing her down. And she saw him eyeing her, and she was eyeing him too. And they was eyeing each other. He happens to catch her fall when she trips over, and you know. And his name is Tyreek Chapman. He from Money too. Well, no, he not from Money. We gonna find out that he's not from Money, but he catches her fall, whatever. He said he been waiting to meet her all night, and he helps her take off her shoes, and they exchange names. So I'll be seeing you. I know you will. I'll be seeing you, seeing me. Okay, so Angela, we see that she's recording a little video like for social media or whatever. So she's on social media, you know, doing the whole, you know, hair care routine thing, using her products. And it brings back memories of her mom teaching her the recipes of her homemade conditioner. And, you know, Mama wanted her products to pop off, but it didn't really pop off like that. Because she was doing all the hair, you know, to all the who's that would come to Martha's Vineyard. You know, we got the black folks got Martha's Vineyard. We got that. That's us. And so she was doing hair there, you know, and, you know, working as a maid, but the products didn't pop off. And so now, like I said, it's up to Angela to get everything out there. Okay, then we see Teddy Franklin. Joe Morton, that's his name. We see Teddy Franklin and of Franklin Holdings. He up giving his speech to his team, you know, and his daughter walks in, who happens to be Leah Franklin DuPont. Her husband is also sitting on the board because Morris Chestnut's sitting right there in the front. She steps in, you know, they do the whole fake thing, you know, father-daughter thing, and it's very fake. But he tells them that he wants to they're going to buy a team, and they're going to build a brand new stadium. And, you know, when he finishes his speech and gives Leah a hug, she smiles. She's like, I know all your secrets. Now get the fuck off me. And, you know, of course, now we're going to have a conversation about that. Once the room is clear, and it's just the two of them, she lets him know that, you know, he's a liar and a crook. She know all about his shady dealings, all his bad business that he's been dealing so that he could get his stadium. And she's like, you know, I don't work like that. I don't do the shady dealings. Like, especially when it comes to our people, like, this is supposed to be benefiting our people, and you playing. And he say, it is going to benefit our people. Yeah, we might rob Peter to pay Paul, but that's just what it is. He say, we come from a long line of scheming, scamming business people, and we got to be cutthroat, and we got to do this so that we can get, you know, where we need to be, so we can stay at the table. He ends up giving her, oh my goodness, y'all already know, was the best monologue ever. It reminded me of King Eli Pope and one of his speeches that he used to always give, Live. He's just great. It was very scandal-like, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it, and I hope he gives us a whole lot more. I hope every time Joe on the screen, it's a monologue. Because he gives. Okay, Raymond. He meets Quincy at the basketball courts, he's on his "I want you to be a king like me" speech. He want to spend more time with him and all of that, but he's there because Quincy called him, and he's like, "So what did you want to talk to me about?" And Quincy is just like, "Nothing." Just takes the ball and says nothing. He say he good. Okay, Angela, she's having wine with Josephine and Auntie Pinky. And Angela's, of course, she's so excited to get in good with the Franklins. And, of course, Auntie Pinky's still mad because Leah is shady. And so she still don't trust that. She ends up getting a package. And, Auntie's like, hopefully it's not from that witch, Leah. But it's a pair of Louboutins. And who is it from? Tariq Chapman. He done sent her some Louboutins and an invitation to a party he's having. That's right. That's right, Lance. That's right. Okay? That's right. That's right. Nikki ends up going to a party. She went to the party with the rich kids or whatever on the boat. And I lost my place. Oh, okay, here we go. She goes to the party. And the girl, Taylor, who gave her the invite, she walk up, she greets her, and then she slips her phone into her purse. And I'm like, now y'all done invited her to set her up. It seemed like it was about to be a setup, at least. She calls Quincy over, whatever, trying to play matchmaker. Then we see Angela. She gets to her party. And when she, walks up, when she's escorted over there to Reed, he's at I want to say like at a poker table. And when she gets there, he looked down at her shoes and she got on her own shoes. She like, I can buy my own shoes. I'm going to keep the Louboutins, but I ain't had to wear them tonight. He says, can I at least buy you a drink? And so, they're going to go do that. Okay, back at the rich kids party. Nikki walking around the party and she hears Lauren saying, screaming, Taylor! Oh my God, Taylor! Taylor, oh my God. She's looking over the water, looking over the edge. And she says that, we were arguing and she just fell. I ain't buying that. I'm not buying that from the Lauren girl. I think that Lauren killed her friend. I really do. And I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. Back at Tariq's party, Angela, she's talking to Tariq 1 minute and kissing him the next. I said, this was fast. This was real quick, but okay. She got to stop kissing because her phone ringing, and it's Nikki. It's been an emergency. All the parents, of course, show up to the dock where the rich kids were, and they said that they were able to get Taylor out of the water. I don't know what happened to the girl, but Nikki told the police that Lauren and Taylor were together when it happened, and then Lauren walk up. What? I wasn't nowhere with her. Like, I wasn't around. Just listening to her. She drunk. And then Angela's like, my daughter don't drink. And she's like, smell her breath. Sure enough, sister had water shots of tequila, of vodka, of the brown liquor. She been drinking, okay? But oh well. And she's like, you lucky. Of course, they get back home and, now it's a big situation. You could have went to jail. What if the judge finds out about this? The judge on her other case. What if they find out about this? Like, you can't be out here getting in legal trouble. You drinking, that's against the law. Like, are you smoking weed too? Are you doing that again? She says she ain't smoking weed no more. But she tells her she's grounded, of course. So there's that. And girlfriend had the nerve to tell her mama she was thirsty. Like, you always so thirsty trying to put me in schools where nobody looks like me, where I'm the only black girl. I guess mama for a while has been trying to put her in white spaces, prior to this, because she felt like that would deem her, better, I guess. Our kind of people, right? I don't like that type of Negro. I really don't. Why are you so pressed to be around the whites? Why are you so pressed to put your kids in their schools, and like, you're doing them a disservice? You just are. It needs to be balanced. Like balanced, not just full on predominantly white, and then you're gonna throw your black child in that school. Why? What's the point? Or the ones that want to move into their neighborhoods and then be mad when they calling the police on your ass or your children for just walking down the street. Moving on, because that's another video for another day. Okay, so the next day they are having they're at the little nominations thing or the meeting or whatever for the club, the club, I would say. I guess you would call it a club that Angela wants to get into. There's a female version, and they're called the Graciousies. I don't forgot. Like I don't know. The men are Kingsmanship or Kingsmen or something like that. I don't know. I hate when they do the whole made up name, because I know that I feel like y'all are fashioning after the alphas and the AKAs, and if that's the case, why y'all don't just get no permission to just say that? Because these made up organizations really send me, because it's very much it's giving alpha, especially those Kingsmen skin. It's black and gold. They in there reciting Invictus and all of that. Like, come on. Anyway, they're at the nominations or whatever, and Josephine ends up nominating her, and Leah opens up the meeting. The men, like I said, they're having their own meeting, and Raymond is standing before the group of black men. It's very much we kings, king this, king that. Teddy Franklin is there, Tariq is there, everybody a part of the group. They induct their new initiates, and like I said, they're in there reciting that poem. Let me see. Okay, back at the meeting with the girls. Josephine has just nominated Angela, and they have her stand, introduce yourself. This made me think of Gina and Pam trying to get into the ladies' league. When Shanae and Laquita Jenkins was trying to get in as well, they came. Shanae Jenkins and Laquita Lump is in his house. Hey. She say, Shanae got up there like, slide down just a little bit, thank you. Now, I can currently be seen dancing in one of Luke's latest videos, but I don't take nothing off. I'm a lady. And the lady was like, all right, thank you, Shanae. Don't push. You might not want to push. That whole scene made me think about Shanae and Laquita against Pam and Gina when they was roasting each other all up and through the ladies' league trying to get into the little club. Anyway, down off the soapbox, down off the Martin soapbox. Okay, so when they make her, stand up or whatever, she ends up, they ask her about, her family, where she come from, what she do, all of that. And she lies about her mama and what her mama did. But, they take it for what it is. She's very charming. Then Leah takes the podium, and she's like, they're not going to vote until the end of the summer anyway. Until then, they'll be watching. Then she opens up the floor, for volunteers, because the next event is a mother-daughter fashion show. And she's like, we need glam for that. We need somebody to do the hair and makeup. And she's like, Angela gets up. Oh, I got that. Me. And then Leah's like, oh, Miss Jenkins, do you mind doing it? Miss Vaughn, we're gonna put you on food and beverages. Thank you. Snacks. You want me on snacks? No job is too small for the sisterhood, is it? Girl, okay, Leah. All right, Leah, we see you, girl. Okay, back at home, Angela is whipping up hair products. She says this brings her closer to her mother. Dang, I keep doing that. Anyway, Nikki is still mad at her. She come in there, oh, so I can't drink, but you in here throwing them back. Well, because I'm grown and will not be thrown in jail for having a drink. What I'm doing ain't illegal. What you was doing was illegal. questioning me about what, girl, what? I wish my child would. Well, you don't, yeah, you told me I can't drink, but you drink. Listen, it's not that the drinking is bad. It's the underage drinking that we're not here for. Girl, please. She tells her she got to come to to the mother-daughter, to the mother-daughter fashion show. Okay, Leah, we see she's in a meeting with the lady, the older lady again. I don't know what her name is, but they're meeting beforehand, and she told her she done did her research on Miss Angela, and she wants her taken care of. She slide her this little envelope with a whole bunch of mess in it. She said, this right here, the shit started. Go on and get it popping. Go on and do what you got to do before, you know, I tell your daddy to do it. Then we see Angela. She got to save the day because the stylist that Leah asked to do the job ain't come through. And so Angela had to step in away from snack duty to get people's hair together. You know, she does everybody's hair. It's all nice. It's, you know, the fashions, everything is nice. And afterwards, Lauren, she has this memory of Taylor's instant accident. You know, it's kind of giving her like an anxiety attack. And Nikki sees and tries to comfort her a little bit. And oh, I forgot to tell y'all. What's the lady name? Excuse me, what's the girl name? Nikki. Nikki was laying in her bed and she found the phone in her bag. And when she opened it, of course, it's Taylor's phone. And what she saw was Taylor and Lauren in a compromising position. I mean, laid up, kissing, hugging, all of that. And Taylor's like, and see, your mama think I'm the bad influence. You need to tell her. And Lauren is just like, I mean, I will in due time, you know. And she just kissed all on her some more. So Lauren, the hot one in the tail. And the whole time, mama thinking it's Taylor trying to turn Lauren out. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. But anyway, when Nikki sees Lauren, you know, in a tizzy, she shows her the phone. And she's like, is this what, like, I saw this, you know, I just wanted to let you know that I saw this. And I think it's okay. Like, it's cool. And Leah's just like, girl, I can't be running around here with no pronouns across my chest. Like, we don't do that here. At that moment, Leah walks up, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. And Lauren, she's threatening me again. And then, of course, Angela's like, wait a minute, what? Threatening? Now what? No, wait a minute. Now, that ain't happening. That's not going on. In this moment, Leah ends up just spilling all that lady's tea. You know, basically she calls her out for lying about her mother's occupation. And Angela's like, you just gonna embarrass me in front of all these people? Yep, that's exactly what she did. Because she lays in some more about some OT she found. She shows her a mugshot saying her mama was arrested the last time she was there. All of that. And Angela's just sitting there looking at the mugshot of her mama, you know, and now she's just standing there crying. Because, girl, I ain't even know all this. She tore it down, and it wasn't nothing nice to see. And I could tell that Leah ain't that girl. She had that look on her face, like that look of regret. And especially when she realized that she hurt somebody. She's not that girl. She's not what she portrays to be. Okay, so now Leah is sitting in her father's chair in the little boardroom, and she has all his dirt in a folder. And she tells him, you know, basically, you're going to retire today unless you want the feds to find out all about, you know, your goings-ons. Oh, and I've also shaved down the table a little bit because he had it to where everybody had to, like, look up at him. And so now she done shaved the legs a little bit, so now it's back level. And his seat is now her seat. You can go on and retire. And he tells her, you got it tonight. I'm going to let you have this today. But trust and believe. You don't know what you in for with me. So that we ain't gonna hear the last of this. Back at the house, Angela is going through her mom's old things. And Josephine also, you know, gave her some records on the case. And there's a VHS tape inside. And when they look, they see the interrogation of her mom. And before it goes off, she says to the man in there, Teddy, you got to tell him I'm not this kind of person. I don't do drugs. Tell him, Teddy. And Teddy turns off the camera. It's the same fro. So it's the man that she been sleeping with. That's Angela's daddy. So Teddy Franklin is her daddy. We could have predicted that, but still. Leah and Raymond, excuse me. Leah tells Raymond that, you know, her father is retiring or whatever. He gave her a look like, really? He was probably involved in all that mess. But anyway, she tells him she's now chairwoman of Franklin Holdings. They get a visitor, and it's Angela. She want her wig back. So she go in there, you know, she came for her wig, and they have a little shade back and forth, you know, like Dynasty almost. And Leah, she talking about she likes to empower black women and all of that. She ain't like tearing her down. It's a mess. But Angela got her number. In the end, Angela's at home, you know, looking through that wig, and she finds a strand of Leah's hair. And so we're going to get a DNA test on this here, so she can have some proof in a manila folder. But this is a really good show. That's where we end. This is a really good show, and I'm looking forward to it. It reminds me of maybe not as dramatic as the Have and the Have Nots, but still the same kind of mess, you know. Still the same kind of family mess, because when this girl find out that Angela is her sister, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be good. Anyway, guys, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.